Hey, Stampers, Diane Dimich here with DDStamps.com, and I am welcoming you to my online workshop. I'm excited for tonight's workshop. It was a tough one. I put a little survey out there on Facebook and asked people what they wanted me to do, and interestingly enough, I had put up some suggestions of things I wanted to show you, and then people added more, which is fabulous because it helps me know what to teach. And there were two things that rose to the top, and they were items that I didn't put up there. So thank you to whoever added those. That's great. I will probably be doing more of those online surveys to see what you want me to show you. But we are going to do tonight the One Sheet Wonder. And I'm pretty excited on the cards that I'm showing you. I think they turned out good. And I'm going to just give you a couple of tips on how to do it. And you'll see my little puppy dog down here decided to join us tonight. The wind is really whipping here in Red Lodge. Out there, it's pretty bad tonight. We had... I don't know if anybody keeps up with our weather, but it's crazy. Yesterday, the road going out of town was shut down because of wind and blowing snow, and it was so cold. It was so cold, it was below zero. And today, it hit 50 degrees, and everything is melting, and now this wind has come up, and it's pretty strong, and it might kick me off. I haven't had issues with my power, and I haven't been kicked off of the internet today, so hopefully that won't be an issue. Trying to think. There was something else I was going to say when I first got started, but oh, did you see that? Here I said I hadn't had issues, and then it clicked off and on. We might have issues tonight. If you're out there, let me know. I can see that people are out there on Facebook because people have already commented, and let me know. And like I said, if we get bumped off tonight, we'll just do it. I'll do it again, and like I did last time we met. Remember last time, and I got bumped off, and I ended up doing it, and I didn't have a whole lot of people, but I had to figure out what was going wrong. So hopefully tonight I got it all figured out. Won't have any issues like that, but like I said, the wind is horrible, and the power could get knocked out at any moment. So I am going to quickly scoot around and see where everybody is. It looks like people can see me on Facebook. I see Julie from Louisiana. Welcome. I hope you didn't get blown away by a tornado. Carol's here from Casper. I don't know why, but I always think anybody from Wyoming must live really close to me because Wyoming's pretty close, but Casper's not really that close. Oh, she makes and donates greeting cards for the local hospice gift shop. That's fabulous. Carol, good for you. That's great. Anna wants to know what's new in the Stampin' Up world that you don't know about. You guys probably know everything I know. Celebration, but you all know about that, and we'll talk about that a little bit later. Kimberly is here, excited to learn some new things. Good. Anna Woodcock is here from New York. Yay. Well, that's good. I'm excited. Mary Sue's here from North Carolina. It always amazes me when I have people from all over the world. So I'm going to check over on YouTube now and say hello to all those people. Looks like we've got JJ from Greencastle, Indiana. Sharon from North Carolina, Julie from Grand Forks, Polly from Florida, Lisa from Missouri. You must be getting what you got tomorrow here. Looking forward to plus 40. Yeah, I'm not kidding. Our snow melted so quickly today. In fact, I went outside because we'd gotten quite a bit of snow yesterday and I didn't shovel. By the time I got out there today, it was, this much slush, heavy, heavy, heavy slush, but it was absolutely gorgeous out. It won't last. We'll get winter back again. Dixie's getting audio feedback. I don't know if anybody else is. Dixie, if it is you, you might want to log out and log back in. It might work better. I don't know. I'm just guessing. So, okay. Well, that sounds like things are going pretty well. Hey, Christy Sipes here from Billings. Julie. Julie. Hello, Julie. Thanks. I'm glad you're here. Julie is a friend of mine who's had some pretty serious health issues, and now she's home and doing better, and I'm pretty darn happy about that. Yep, people are over on my website not having any issues, so that's good. Cool. Well, I might have one here. Jane's here from Portland, Oregon. Good. Okay, well, it looks like we're doing good. I don't see any questions. As you know, when we do these workshops, I will answer questions as I get them. Sometimes I can't see them, though, if I'm over demonstrating. I can't see the questions because they're over here at my computer. But I will catch up, and I will If I missed your question, all you got to do is give a shout out and I will answer it. So if I miss it before the end of the night, let me know. Okay, so just a couple of quick tips. This is just a little bit of housekeeping that I do each time I do one of these. Couple of things you need to know. Down here where this big red arrow is, down here by this little gear, if you're having issues, sometimes it depends on my upload speed, your download speed. If you're having issues seeing the video, or it's not tracking right, or it's coming in and out, you might want to go into this gear and drop it down a little bit. It'll be a little bit more blurry, but you'll be able to see here, or it'll connect it better. If you're not having issues with that and you want it to be a little bit more clearer, you can always go in and make that gear number a little bit higher, and that will help. And always know that if you get bumped off, or you can get back on, just come back in. And also know that I always record them, so they're available afterwards. Down here in this little arrow here where I have this little auto refresh comments, if you're over on Facebook with me and this is clicked in, you will, what happens is the comments are refreshed every 90 minutes on their schedule. And so if you're in the middle of typing a question and it refreshes, you're going to lose everything you typed. So sometimes I just tell people unclick that while if you want to be commenting, and then you can always click over here on the refresh now button, and it'll always automatically refresh it, and then you can see what other people are saying. So I hope that helps. Just a couple little tips to keep things smooth for you. Know that I will always answer your questions, so just pop them up in the box, like I said, and we'll get questions answered for people. I did have a few people today send me in questions, which is always nice to get just a little heads up, because then I can make sure I'm kind of prepared. So these are the questions. I'm just going to go quickly through them. Maureen asked, she tried shimmery white paper with colored pencil technique, but not happy with the results. I followed your directions. Sorry. Sometimes that happens too. I move around too much. I followed your directions, but I could see the bits of shimmer coming off the paper as I watered the colors with the blender pen. I used lots of water, which seemed to loosen the bits. Any suggestions? Yes. When you're doing the watercolor paper with the shimmery white paper, you don't really want a whole lot of water. You just use whatever's in your blender pen. And yeah, you don't want to get it too wet, or the paper begins to peel and fall apart. If you're going to be using the watercolor pencils and you want to do a lot of blending or a lot of water, I would recommend that you use watercolor paper. So shimmery white paper is really, if you're just going to move it just a little bit, it's not going to be a whole big blend, just to add a little liquid to it from the blender pen, not like, don't dip it in the water and then do that. But the other thing I found is on shimmery white paper, the watercolor pencils are duller. They're just a lighter color. They're not nearly as bold. If you're using them on the watercolor paper, you get a bolder color, and it's because of the fibers in the watercolor paper as opposed to the shimmery white. The fibers pick up a little more of the pencil and adds a little more pigment to your watercoloring. So Maureen, I hope you're on tonight, and I hope that answers your question. Two more of the questions I had. One was how to re-ink an ink pad, and I am going to show that when I go demonstrate. And the other one was how to open up an ink pad. I always forget that people have a hard time with that, and I'm going to show that tonight, so you'll know how to open those up. Other thing I just wanted to mention was this down here was an email. It's an email that I get from Stampin' Up! When I have a customer who places an order, and at some point they checked off that they did not need me to get a hold of them, or they didn't want Stampin' Up! To get a hold of them. And when I get that email, it's what we call a no contact order. And as you can see, I don't get a name. I have no idea who placed it. And I feel terrible because I can't get my thank you out to you. So if this order looks familiar to you, I believe it was placed yesterday. I'm going to go on quickly and I'm going to show you how to change that. But I always recommend to people to check your profile once in a while and just see, because if you're not hearing from me, if you're not getting an email for a thank you, if you're not getting a card in the mail or a package, I want to make sure that you get all those things from me, and I can't if it's a no contact order. So let me go into the Stampin' Up! Site, and I'm just going to show you really quickly where you can check that. So after this video, you can check that. Yeah, say that a few times. Okay, so let me figure out how, there it is. Okay, so you're going to go into the store. I'm going to show you a couple other things while I'm here too, because I don't want to forget. We're going to sign into my account. And I've already put stuff in my shopping bag because there was a couple things I wanted to show you. Okay, so up here at the top where it says My Account, if you click on that, you're going to come over here to My Demonstrator. Now, it's not going to show the box down here because I already clicked yes. But down here, there's two. One that says, I'd like to receive updates and product promotions and upcoming events from Stampin' Up. You can click yes or no on that one. There's another one down below here on your account that says something about your demonstrator contacting you. And if you click no, then I get a no contact order. So if you just change that to yes, hit Save Changes over here, and then I will be able to see your name. And if you're not sure, contact me. And I can actually look your name up in my database and see if you come. If you show up in my database, then you are then you're good to go. So if you've been hearing from me with a card or a package or an email, then you're good. The other thing I noticed today is sometimes I send an email to myself from my email server just to see where it lands. And I've noticed recently my emails are starting to land in my junk folder. So if you haven't heard from me in a while, check your junk folder, check your, if you're on Gmail, check your, like, I don't know, is it business or something? I don't have a Gmail that I use, but there's a tab that's like retail or business or something, and sometimes they land in there. So check that. The last thing I wanted to show you in the shopping bag is a lot of people are having some issues trying to figure out how to get their celebration item. So I threw a whole bunch of stuff in here so I can show you that. So my shopping bag is pretty large, but if you hit the $50 mark, if you go down here to this box that says special offers and you click here, it says I qualify for one or more free celebration items. And if I click there, it's going to bring up all of the items that are available. And then you're just going to click the box. So of course this order says I get 5 free items. So that's how you're going to know how many you get. And then you just select what you want and hit select. And then if you want to, if you've earned free product, you're going to go back to continue shopping. And if I pick something quickly, sorry, you'll see down here where it says claim rewards. That means that I have free items for the host rewards. And so click on that and I can put this item into my host rewards. And it's the free items, okay? So that's just a really quick tutorial on that. I don't want to take up a whole lot of time. Okay. Yay. Let's get back to me. There we go. And I'm going to check for answers. Ooh, Rita Maria is here from Guatemala. Welcome. Kimberly from Minnesota. Mary, my sister's down the street. Hi. Hi, Carol. Okay, now I'm going to... Yeah, she is sleeping. She just ate, can you tell? Yes, I saw New York got a lot of snow today, Carol, so hopefully this warmer weather is coming your way soon. Okay, well, I don't see any more questions. And if I missed it, let me know, but I'm gonna go ahead. We're gonna get started because otherwise I'm gonna talk too long. And we certainly don't want that. So let me pull up my other camera and I'll head over there and we'll get this demonstration started. Oh, I love it when it works, and it really is the screen I wanted it to be. I was so frustrated last Saturday, or the Saturday that I did that workshop. But anyway, so a couple of things before we get started. Okay, I'm going to show 2 things here. So opening up an ink pad. Here's the ink pad. You see those 3 little dots right there? These are our newer ink pads. If you push on that, it automatically pops up. And then you flip it around and open it. Same thing. 3 dots. Push on those, and it opens up. One of the things I do is I just push on it like this. But that's the part that you want to push on is those 3 dots there. Okay, so somebody wanted to know how to re-ink the ink pads, and I had to go through and find ink pads that weren't really very inked because I actually went through over like the last week and started re-inking them all. I'm going to start with the Melon Mambo. Melon Mambo is our foam pad. You can see that it's got that foam on it. So it's inked up a little bit differently. Just want to make sure you have a Melon Mambo inker, that you're using the same ink that's in the ink pad, because believe me, I have re-inked them with the wrong ink. I'm going to give it a little shake, mix that stuff up in there, and then you're just going to go ahead and put some ink on there, and you don't need to put a lot. One of the things about these foam pads is the ink actually sits at the top of the pad, and so you don't want to get it too carried away and too over juicy. So I'm going to do that, and I could just leave leave it like that, but one of the things that Stampin' Up! Recommends is that you just take a back of a spoon, I use a bone folder, and just like you're frosting a cake, and you're just gonna put that ink kind of evenly spread it around inside that ink pad. And that's it. That's how you do it. You don't need a lot. You just need a little. Let me grab a paper towel here so I can wipe off my bone folder. As you can see by the tip of my bone folder, I use it a lot to re-ink my ink pads. So that is the foam pads that Stampin' Up! Has. Now, our archival black pads are the felt pads, and they've got the linen top on them. And they're re-inked a little bit differently. You actually can put more ink into these because the ink is soaks down into the felt, down inside underneath the linen. So you're just going to take it, and I just put ink a couple of different ways to really make sure that you're getting that ink spread around the whole pad. And you'll see it just soaks in right away. This pad obviously needed to be re-inked. So thank you for whoever asked that question. That's how I re-ink them, and then they're good to go for a while more. One of the things I want to remind people of is, you know, it's only February, but we're starting to think about the next catalog. And our ink colors, let me get to that page. So these are the ink colors for this year. Got what? Cucumber Crush, Delightful Dijon, Mint Macaron, Tip Top Taupe, and Watermelon Wonder. Those 5 colors will be going away in the end of May. And I would recommend, if you have those colors and you're interested in them still and you want to make sure that you continue to use them, I'd recommend that you get yourself a refill for them and maybe get some cardstock that coordinates with them. Because as soon as Stampin' Up! Announces that these are going to be going out of the catalog for the year, the refills will be gone. And I don't want you to miss out on that. So there's my tip on that. Okay, so tonight, now I lost the page that I had this open to. So tonight I'm doing, what won the survey was the, what's it called? One Sheet Wonder. One Sheet Wonder. And I'm actually using Blooms and, there it is. So I'm going to use some of the papers from Blooms and Bliss. This is the paper down here. I'm going to actually show you the real pictures of it. But when I'm doing One Sheet Wonders, I like to use like a suite of products because I always know then that my ribbons and my cardstock and my inks are going to coordinate. They're going to look good, and I have everything to use. So this is what I'm using tonight. I am not using this stamp set. I'm actually pulling in a different stamp set because usually when I do a one card wonder, I don't necessarily use a stamp set. I always just use a set with a lot of words in it. So this is the Blooms, what is it? Blooms and Bliss paper, and it's gorgeous. And so you get all these papers in these fabulous colors. And then when you flip them over, you get all these papers in these fabulous colors, and it's really easy to coordinate. What I like about this is your cards end up looking so different because they're either going to be, you know, very pink, very blue. So, some of the samples that I made, I'm just going to show them quickly, and then we'll get into the cards. But this is using one of those sheets of cards or paper, and you can just see the different cards I made. They all look a little bit different, but really very easy and simple to make. And as you'll see tonight when I'm making these, you can make them too. The other thing you're going to see is that I'm probably going to have a lot of giveaway cards tonight because I have lots of these. But there's just a sampling in the blue. And now I'm going to do the demonstration actually using the Rich Razzleberry and Sweet Sugar Plum. Now, the one thing I want to tell you, this was the stamp set I used in those other cards, the first set that I used. So I used the Sweet Sayings because it gives you a nice variety of verses to put to your cards. And then you have a nice variety of cards. Okay, one of the things I'm going to tell you is when you're doing a One Sheet Wonder, there are probably, I don't know, there's a lot out there. There's a lot of samples. I'm going to do a very basic one. And I actually have this sheet available for you. I posted it up on my website, and excuse me, and I will post a link on YouTube and Facebook I don't know if I did it this afternoon because it was kind of late getting this done. But these are the instructions of how you're going to cut your cardstock. And it's actually very simple. I'm going to take a piece of cardstock, and I'm using this piece here and my Stampin' trimmer. And the first thing I'm going to do is I'm actually going to put this paper in here, and I'm going to cut off a 2-inch strip. Now this Stampin' trimmer comes with a cutting blade and a scoring blade, and you can see where I wrote score on that one because I've too many times hit the wrong button. So once I've done that, I now have a 12 by 10 sheet of cardstock. And I'm actually going to cut this down in half at 5. Oops, see? I think it was just the score. So I'm going to cut that off, and then I'm going to double these up because I think I can cut 2. And once I've done that, then I'm going to come through. Actually, I like this. I think it cuts better going down. Look at it. So 3.5. So I do. So these end up being 5 by 3.5. 5 by 3.5. 5 by 3.5. And then I've got this sheet too, which I'm going to actually save this because I might want to cut some of those flowers out to put on some of my samples. You don't necessarily have to chop up everything and make the card. So now what I've got is I've got all these sheets, so that there ends up being 6 that are 5 by 3.5, and then these 2 that are 5 by 1.5. I'll set those aside. And then I'm going to come in and I'm going to cut up. Oh, did I take out that paper? Oh, yeah, I do. So what I did is I used, with that designer series paper pack, I'm just using the cardstock pack that coordinates with it. So this is the Blooms and Bliss cardstock. So you get mint macaron, island indigo, sweet sugar plum. You get 8 sheets of each of these. So that's a great deal. Now realize that you don't have to go and buy, all new designer series paper. You all have tons of it at your house. I know you do, because I do. So use what you have. And I'm just going to take a sheet of the sweet sugar plum, and I'm going to cut it at 5 1/4 by 3 3/4. And what I'm doing is I'm just adding 1/4 inch onto the pieces that I cut from the designer series paper. So when I layer them on there, I get a nice frame all the way around. And I'm going to do that to both pieces. So 5 1/4. You're going to watch me do a lot of cutting tonight, and then I'm going to start putting them together here shortly. And then 3 3/4. And those measurements are on my little thing. So I already cut up a piece of mint macaron, just so you are aware of that. Now, because this cardstock doesn't have any island indigo into it, I didn't use it. I'm just going to use the sugar plum and the mint. Once I've done that, then I'm going to take a piece of I'm going to get our Whisper White. And I'm using our Whisper White thick cardstock just because I like the feel of it for the cards that I'm making. And this is going to be the base. And I'm going to cut this in half at 5 1/2. And then I'm going to flip it and score it at 4 1/4. And I actually could have saved a little time by scoring it first and then cutting it. And I already cut some of those too. So I cut 4 sheets, so I'm ready with 8 card bases. And now I'm pretty much ready to put my cards together. So once I've done that, I'm going to take my 3 by 5 pieces and my 2 by, or my 1.5 by 2 pieces. I'm going to need my cutter still. And I'm just going to start putting these together. So I'm going to take the first one and just add cardstock or add adhesive. And attach that on there. And that one, as far as I'm concerned, is good to go. I'm going to take this one and one of these. And I'm just going to add this onto there. So there's another layer that's ready. I can decide on this one how I want to do this. I'm going to do it this way. I really like the print of these flowers, and I have a hard time covering them up. And so this one's going to be ready to go too. And then I'm going to take these pieces, and I'm going to come in here with my cutter again, and this time I'm going to cut it at 1 1/2. the scorer up there. Cut it at 1.5. Take a piece of cardstock. Put some adhesive on this side. Add that onto there. And then I'm going to take the other piece and I'm going to flip it this way. And so you get both designs of the designer series paper. You do the same thing with this one. This time I'm going to flip it the other way. Oh, look, it's like I cut it a little bigger too. That's fine. So this time we're going to add this onto here. So really it's not, I mean, you just cut your cardstock any way you want. I'm going to do these, I got 3 left. Now I could do an angle. And I did with that one is I angled one this way. And then if you want to flip the cardstock, you got to angle another one that way. So you have 2 going at different angles. But for one of these, I'm actually going to do an angle. Wait, let's do 2. Someone tell me if I'm doing this wrong. Yes. So if you're going to do an angle, put 2 pieces together so both the sides that are the same are inside. Put them on here. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to put that at 2 inches. And that at 1 inch. No, I'm going to do it at 2.25 and 1. And I'm going to cut them. And we'll just see how it works. So I've got that. And then I've got this. Oh, I like that better. I like this angle better. So again, I'm going to add that on there. Add this on there. You guys bored yet watching me cut and shape parts? Actually, I'm almost, oops. Don't let that happen to me. I'm going to add that one on there. And then the last one, I'm going to cut, what is this? 3.5. I'll cut it at 2.25. Put this one on here. And this one on here. Okay, once I've got that, I'm going to go ahead and use some of that ribbon that coordinates. And this is a Blushing Bride ribbon. It's part of that suite. You can also use the ruche ribbon, which might be kind of pretty. I might leave that one out too. Or any of the ribbons that coordinate with that paper pack. And that paper pack actually has in it, what did I say, mint macaron, sugar plum, mint, and I think Sahara sand. So anyway, how I do my ribbon. So I'm just going to go ahead and flip this over, and I'm going to add the ribbon the back like that, and cut it off. And then when I add this to a card base, I actually hold that ribbon down and put a little tape again on that, right on the ribbon. That's going to kind of sandwich it on there, and then it's going to hang on to your card base better. So I'll come in with one of my Whisper White card bases. And this is going to get attached right on there. And that's how I do these. That's how I put the ribbon on, and number one, it covers up your seam, and it just makes it a little fancier. It's a little bit different because it's got an angle to it, so I got to make sure I get enough. The other thing is this Blushing Bride ribbon actually has 2 sides. One is satin, and one is kind of textured. I was going to say what is satin and what is not satin. Oh, sorry. There. Doing the same thing. I'm just going to trim that off, and then I'm going to come in and add tape right over the top of the ribbon, and then a little bit more on the edge. And add that to my card base. And see how you start to get your card bases start looking a little different. Now I'm going to bring in some of this ruche ribbon, and this is in the Sweet Sugar Plum. There's also a mint macaron ribbon. It's beautiful. I didn't have any. I used it all up, then I forgot to buy more. But it's beautiful ribbon too. But again, like I said, any cardstock, any designer series paper will work that you have. And then I'm going to add this. Let's do a little better job at that. I'm going to add that on. Now, I really told myself just today when I was doing this that I was going to get bored putting the ribbon on, and I wasn't going to want you guys to see me do it every single one, but I'm going to because I wanted to finish all of the cards in the workshop. So hopefully you're not completely bored, and you haven't asked a million questions that I can't see yet because I'll be over there in a little bit. But I really do want to show you how fast you can put together cards that all look a little bit different. They don't have the same look to them. Oops. I should have had somebody else here tonight so they could answer questions for you. I'm hoping that my sister or Brittany, if you're having questions that they can answer, they're answering them, but add that onto there. See what the different look you get? Same cardstock, just a little bit different look. This one will too. I'm going to put Blushing Bride on this one. Because this one only has that little piece. Now I do have an extra piece, and I could have cut this piece here. I could have cut down to, in fact, I am going to cut off a square, but it could be a 5-inch and a 5-inch and then a little 2-inch square. So I could have done 2 more cards, but I might want to use some of those flowers in there to cut off and put onto these other cards. I haven't decided yet. Depends on how they start to look. There's that one. We're getting there. And here's this one. Here's this card base. And then the last card base is this one. I think I'll do the ruche ribbon. And again, a little tape on top of the ribbon that holds it, sandwiches it in between there. Okay, card number 8. Now for the fun part. Now the stamping comes in. The other thing that you could do is you could take a 12 by 12 piece of cardstock or a 8.5 by 11 and then stamp the whole thing and then chop it up and do the same thing. You'll get the same kind of idea. I'm going to cut this 2-inch piece off here because I need it for a card. So I just cut that little 2-inch square because I'm going to use that for one of my cards. And I might use some of the flowers in here. We'll see. Now, the other thing that I did is I'm going to bring in my stamps. I've got Rich Raspberry and Sweet Sugar Plum. And what I did is I took cardstock just before I got on live. And as you can see, I just cut a whole bunch of frames out with our stitched framelit dies. These are them. These are great. They get your circles, your ovals, and your squares. So there's 12 dies of various sizes. And that's all I did is I just cut a bunch of various sizes. As you can see, they have that little stitch around them. It just really makes them stand out. Gives it just a nice professional cut. And then I'm going to use, this is one of my favorite stamp sets that I have for verses. And that's all I'm going to use. Tin of Cards is going to be my stamp set. And the colors I'm going to use are Sweet Sugar Plum and Rich Raspberry. And so you're just going to take a stamp, ink it up, stamp it on my card. Boy, that is dark. You know, I just re-inked this, and I think it's going to dry a lot later, but it looks good. It looks good with that color. And then, so I'm just going to do a bunch of these, lay these all out, and do them in different colors. So I think I'll do this next one in rich raspberry, and I probably don't have to clean it because I'm going from a light color to a dark color. Ooh, that got just re-inked too, can you tell? So there's that. Let me get another stamp. So I'm just going to do a whole bunch. Here's the thank you. Thank you. Circle thank you. And then what have we got here? A happy hello. Find when it fits in. It's in there. I don't know if it'll fit in there. Yeah, fit in there. So I just do a whole bunch. I've got a congrats to you, which might be too big for either of these. Oh, wrong color. Let me clean this one off, and then quickly here, do it in the rich raspberry. Okay, I did pretty good. Once I've got that done, so these are starting to dry. So then what I'm going to do is I'm just going to grab my cardstock and grab my sentiment and add a couple of dimensionals and then decide where I want to put it. So there's card one. Let's do this one. Card two. This one we're going to put on this little 2-inch square. And add it on to this card. There. There. Just so you're aware, I like I said, I'll have all the measurements for you for the cardstock. This is just one sample. There's so many things that you can do with One Sheet Wonders. And I'm telling you, every set of cards that you make, depending on what papers and colors you're using, will look totally different. In fact, when I put these together with the ones that I made earlier with the Island Indigo and the Mint, you'll just be amazed at how different they look. I'm getting dimensionals stuck on my fingers everywhere here. This one's on a circle. Up there. And then this one's going to go on here. So there you have it. 8 cards quickly done. Ready to go. I just need to stamp a couple envelopes or 8 envelopes and I'm good to go. Did it all right in front of you. Yeah. Now, if you wanted to dress them up a little bit, some of the things that you could do is you can cut some of the flowers out of this, and you just have to be a little careful where you're cutting. But like I might like this green here. I'm just going to trim it out. It's not going to be fancy. It's just going to be trimmed out. I don't really want the flower. But if I just take some of those greens and I can put it like right behind the happy birthday, I could cut some of the flowers out. I could add some embellishments. I do have pearls. I pulled out the pearls because the other ones had rhinestones. But like this here, I could put a pearl on this flower. And it just gives that flower and maybe a little pearl over on this one. Some really little ones. Grabbing these with my fingers, but you could use a scissor. So let's pull a couple off here. You guys can see this. Whoops. There you go. Just jazzes up that card just a little bit more with just a couple of pearls. And you could do that to any of them or all of them for that matter. Just adding a few in there makes it look great. So let me show you quickly again. I'll lay these out a little bit better. I've got a mess here. I've got these 8 cards. And then I've got the Island Indigo using the same materials, just a different color ink and a different color ribbon. But at this ribbon, I used the Mint Macaron ribbon. But this is where I cut out a flower and part of a vine and just attached it right to the framelit and then added a rhinestone. This one, I just added a flower with a rhinestone, another flower with a rhinestone. So you can kind of see what you can do with those flowers. I realized that you have a whole pack of paper, so you could do some other paper to cut up. Again, I just added a flower with a rhinestone. This one, just left blank. It's beautiful as it is. Another flower. This one, I just tied my ribbon a little bit differently. That's that diagonal I was telling you about. And then another little flower. So, one sheet wonders. They're a lot of fun. There's a whole bunch of them out there. You'll be amazed when you start looking around. So, I'm going to come back on screen. Woo! Finished. Oops. Sorry, it's taking me a little bit here. There we go. Hello. Okay, so 8 cards done. That's pretty good. It's only 7:40. I'm pretty proud of myself. Okay. So now I'm going to have to, yeah, 8 cards. Okay, so if you asked a question and you're in there, and I haven't seen it because there's a ton I've missed, could you please ask it again? Because I will go back and look, but I'm going to miss questions, and I really don't want to do that. So, okay. Yeah, it's a fun technique. Bonnie says, I checked at the post office, and they said you can put a stamp anywhere on an envelope as long as it is not under the address. Who knew? Yeah, I love one-sheet wonders. They're a lot of fun, especially, oh, Deanna made it. Yay. How are you, Deanna? I haven't talked to you forever. Forever. Okay, so if you have questions, ask again, because I know that I missed them all. Oh, OSW stands for One Sheet Wonder. Jewel asked that. Best way to sharpen your pencils is to get a good pencil sharpener. Go to a Office Depot or office supply store and just get a fairly decent. I mean, I've got one that's a little handheld. It doesn't have to be anything real expensive and major. I have just a little one that did just crank, like I used to use in school. Yes, I made 8 cards. I'm missing like a whole conversation that's going on YouTube, and I don't know how to get back there. I see Buffy's helping over there. Thank you. I think that there's a couple other people. Jason, I think I saw you in there helping. So thank you for those people that are helping answer questions over on YouTube. I need to check my email because I have a ton of questions from my website. Oh no. Am I not on YouTube? Did it die? Oh. No, I'm on there because it just repeated what I said. Okay. That was the only question I saw. Carol, I hope you got it figured out. Yes, I can repeat what was being discontinued. It's the in colors for this year, and it's Mint Macaron, Tip Top Taupe. I guess I lied. I guess I gotta look. I'll have to look it up, but I will. Okay. Hello from Colorado. I can't tell if there's a bunch of questions over on, or everybody's just saying hello on Looks like everybody's just saying hello on my website, so I'll get back. Okay, so anyway, somebody did ask about my daughter. She's doing good. She went to the orthopedic doctor today. She has a couple more weeks of just kind of resting, taking it easy. She is going to work, but she can't walk to work or anything like that. And she is going to see a physical therapist probably in 2 weeks. And it sounds like everything, she sounds really good. So things are good. Thank you. And I just lost, there we go. Okay. I am looking for comments. Yeah, I've been told you can mail cards in clear envelopes that we use to protect our cards when we show them. Is that true? I've been told, I was told years ago, right after 9/11, that you couldn't send cards in a cello bag, which made no sense because they wanted to see what was in there anyway. So, I don't know. I haven't tried to mail anything in a clear envelope since I was told that years ago. That was Karen's question. Archival ink pads or felt pads? Is the ink different from the fold pads? Yes. So the archival ink is in black and basic gray, and they are the felt pads. And the ink is a little bit different. And the reason that they're in the felt pads is it's the archival quality. I don't know if you knew, but like a year ago, if you got a black pad from us, it had a really hard time drying. You couldn't watercolor with it. So our archival ink pads, the formula of the ink is a little bit different, and those come in the felt because they could not get the ink to work right with the other foam pads. I was going to call them spongy pads, but I couldn't remember the name. Foam pads. So cool. I think I got everybody's questions answered, at least on. I'm really going to have to be looking over those questions. Okay, I got a couple more things here to pull up to show you. It looks like my Google thing came down. Let me find it. Sorry. Won't take me but just a second here. I had to pull it back up. Okay, I got it now. There we go. Just bear with me. I will flip through my slides. Okay, celebration is still going on, just so you know. $50, and every $50 you order, you get a free celebration stamp set or product, and these are the products that are available right now. There's still some great products. There are new products coming out on the 21st of the month. There's 3 new products coming out, and I can show those to you when I go back over by my computer. This is the products that I used tonight, the Blooms and Bliss suite. These are the products that are in that suite. Those are the things that I use tonight. And then a couple of extra products that I'm going to use. I actually meant to show these slides before I got started so you could actually see exactly what I was using. But just so you're aware, this month's free tutorial uses Cool Treats, which is a fun little stamp set of ice cream and popsicles, and I've been using it a lot lately. This is a great little tutorial using that suite of products. And all the measurements and everything. That comes free with a purchase. If you purchase from me, I send that out. So just so you know, this month's Hostess code is KPSHTFHZ. And anybody who places an order using that code through this workshop tonight, I put together packages of goodies for people. I just sent out a bunch yesterday to people. So watch your mailbox if you ordered from me at the end of February or end of January. Anyway, if you order by Monday, the 13th, you will receive a goodie packet of, I don't know, packet of great supplies from Stampin' Up. Lots of stuff to use together. Just so you're aware, Paper Pumpkin subscribers, if you're not a Paper Pumpkin subscriber, if you subscribe by tomorrow's the 10th of the month. If you subscribe by tomorrow, you'll get this month's kit. And if you do a 3-month subscription, you'll get a free celebration set. There's that little right there. They discounted it, plus you get a celebration set for that. So how do you order celebration products? I showed you that at the beginning. When you're in the shopping bag, go down under special deals, and it's at the bottom there. My next workshop will be February 25th. That's a Saturday. This will be Saturday morning. And I haven't really decided yet what I'm going to do, but you will be the first to know when I decide. We are getting ready for the door prize drawing. So if you have questions, now would be the time to ask them. I will be checking around while you guys are doing your door prize. I should have like little music that plays while you do that. What happens is, so in the YouTube video description, there's a link to click for the door prize. Oh, I got to give away cards too. Okay. I'm going to remind me. Okay. So in the YouTube, there's a link in the description. On my website, there's a link down below where you're watching the video. And on Facebook, there's a box. If you click on that, it'll take you to the door prize slip. Get those filled out. How that happens is they all get populated into a spreadsheet. And I picked a number beforehand. My number tonight is 61. So whoever's name lands on 61 wins the door prize. And that's going to be a free celebration set. Because I've got an extra one. I don't remember what it's called, but I'll pull it out and show it to you. And then the other thing we're going to do right now is I'm going to give away a card at all those places, Facebook, YouTube, and my website, to the first person on each of those places that can tell me what the 2 colors of ink that I used tonight were. There you go. But you got to get the whole name right. So I'm going to be checking for that answer while you guys are filling out your door prize slips. I will go and grab, oh, just a second there. Go grab the door prize item. I love this cute little stamp set. It's adorable. The other thing that I do is when everybody places their order, like this past time, everybody placed their order. I put everybody's name in a hat, and I drew out a name, and that one person won a Hostess set of her choice, plus the packet of goodies. And that was Flora, and she got a free Hostess set. So we'll do that again this time around. And if your order happens to be over $150, do not use the Hostess code. Go ahead and place your order. Take the Hostess rewards for yourself. Don't forget your celebration items. I still put your name in the drawing for the free stamp set, and I send you a goodie packet. So I'm going to be checking now. Like, now's the time to ask questions if you have any, because I'm just going to do a quick check around to see. This is what I'm giving away tonight for the door prize. So it's the Designer Tee Celebration Set. It's adorable if you look at it. It's designed to go with our t-shirt stuff, but they're really cute stamps. They don't really need to be on a t-shirt. So I love this one. It says, have it, eat it, do it all. Everything will be okay. Don't quit your daydream. If you're happy and you know it, keep it up. I think that's a good one. I think I can. I think I can. This is my favorite. When in doubt, stamp. That's going to be my motto. When things start to get frustrating and things get, I don't know, kind of goofy, I just stamp because it's much easier. So let me quickly go around, look for Cindy Flanagan. She mails her cards in clear envelopes all the time and hasn't had a problem. Yes, I can repeat what is being discontinued. I said I would. Could you make a pocket and insert a message that pops out? Yeah. Okay, Judy asked where you can get those, and I thought I had posted them up on Facebook. I haven't got them on my website yet, but I will. So just bear with me tonight. Give me about 15 minutes, and I will make sure they get out there to everybody. It looks like Judy Parker won on my, yeah, Judy Parker won on my website. Oh, how do I find it on YouTube? There's so many comments. Oh. Francie one on YouTube. Let me write that down, Francie. Judy. And who won on Facebook? Thank you, Mary, for answering her question about the Stampin' Spots. That's awesome. Do you think the challenge? Yes, Bonnie, I do have a video of the watercolor pencils, and I will email it to you. It's on my YouTube channel, but I'll, well, no, it's on my Facebook, I think. Anyway, I will send it to you. Yes, I do remember the time, but Lee said, do you remember the time you had that goofy hat on your head and the music? Yeah, but Google's getting rid of that. I guess they don't want it to act that way anymore. And Kimberly K won on, oh, nope, you didn't, sorry. Got one color wrong, Kimberly. Deanna won on Facebook. Congratulations, Deanna. I will get that out to you. I hope I have your current address. Cool. Okay, any other questions? I feel a little flustered tonight. Like I just can't imagine what went on over on YouTube. Thanks to those of you who were there watching YouTube. Oh, we still have to do the door prize, don't we? Okay, let me go grab one more thing. And then I will tell the door prize drawing winner. Cindy asked about the colors that are retiring the end of this year. So those colors that are retiring are Cucumber Crush, Delightful Dijon, Mint Macaron, Tip Top Taupe, and Watermelon Wonder. These colors here are retiring. They'll be available. They'll go, right now they're all available. Everything is available. But the minute that Stampin' Up! Announces it, then the refills will be gone and the cardstock will be gone. So I just recommend to people, if you have those colors and you love them and you want to keep using them, get the refills now. Don't get stuck with no refills. So the winner of the door prize drawing is Maria. Yay! Woo, woo. Way to go, Maria. Maria, I will send it. I've got your address, so I can send it to you. And Valderas, is that how you say your last name, Maria? Valderas. So if there's no more questions, I think Mary said on one of the things, ask it again because we all want to know. Yeah, if I missed your question, Sandia, ask it again because I'm having a hard time getting back there. Thank you, Buffy, for answering questions. Thanks, it's been fun. Do not forget to show what is coming out of the celebration. Oh, good call there. I think I got you guys keeping tabs on me. I vowed I'd never stand up in front of the videos, and I just did. Sorry. Okay, so this is the celebration brochure. These I'm actually starting to send people out for 2 people. These are the items that are available. So it's this stamp set up here. Look at that glitter paper. Oh, it's beautiful. It's 6x6 size. You get 4 sheets of each shimmer paper. And the colors are Mint Macaron, Bermuda Bay, and Sweet Sugar Plum. And I'm telling you right now, I'm going into mourning about Mint Macaron. So just so you're aware. And then the last one is this one on the back, which I think is a really fun set. People look at it and think, I don't know. But look at those samples. They're beautiful. And I think it'll be fun as a 2-step stamp set. So I'll do some fun stuff with that. So that's coming out the 21st. What else? Did I forget anything? Does Stampin' Up! Still carry ink spots? What Stampin' Up! Carries is in the back of the catalog. There are ink spots that are uninked. They're one of those items that's kind of hidden. I'm going to tell you what page it's on. So it's on page 180. They're right here. They're uninked. So you just buy a pack of 5. And a refill for whatever colors you want, and then you have ink spots. And then some people are just like taking a punch of a piece of paper and stick it on the top so that you know what color is inside that ink spot. So that's kind of fun to have those. That's great. Glitter paper, it is gorgeous. Any more questions? Thank you, Lucy. Ask again. We all want to know. What was that, Mary? What does everybody want to know? You can tell me. Oh, thanks, you guys. I'm kind of quick trying to get through there to see the questions, but I can't find it. So if there's a question that you wanted to know that didn't get asked, oh, you're already looking forward to next time. Awesome. Lots of answers to my question. Okay, well, nobody has any more questions. I gave away the stamp set. I gave away everything. Remember, you can do this, cut this, anything, any piece of paper. Well, I'm never going to know what question that Mary wanted somebody to ask again. So thank you. I will go through the questions. I don't know if I can't answer on YouTube, but I think I can on Facebook. I can comment in there. So thank you for those who helped me out tonight, answering some questions. Sandra has a question. Sandra, I didn't know that I could get Hostess benefits. I had 2 orders of $200. Can anything be done? Sandia, yeah. When did you do? Did you do those through me? Because usually if you do them through me, I catch it and I get caught up with you. I will check it out, Sandia. If you didn't do it through me, I can't help you. If you did it through me, I can help you, and I will look it up. So, okay. I hope that helps. Sandia, I'll contact you. Okay. Thanks, everybody, and I hope that I answered everybody's questions. Take care and have a great night. See you in a couple weeks. Bye.